Dear students, good evening. Welcome to Law Excellence IAS. Let us start the discussion on today's newspaper, that is 15th October 2022. The first article, Indian Deep Tech and a Case for a Strategic Fund. India today aims for building a world-class deep tech capabilities. In this case, the major bottleneck is finance. Venture capitalists, they consider deep tech is very risky. Obviously, the fruits will not come immediately. Long gestation period exists for these projects. So, how these have to be financed? The second is they are strategically important to us, and in the long run, they bring in a lot of dividends to the economy. So that's where what is being suggested is let us create India Strategic Fund. Let us get this India Strategic Fund financed through unutilized CSR funds, and also let us give tax concessions to high net worth individuals who likes to invest in this India Strategic Fund. This money can be mobilized towards the semiconductor mission, IDEX, that is Innovation for Defense Excellence, Technology Development Fund of Defense Sector, etc. to support the deep tech. So India has to become a deep tech world leader to be able to become technology superpower. The next article, do not ignore the role of women in livestock farmer. Remember, women, especially with a focus on rural women, many a times questions were asked. A rural woman, she faces burden from every dimension. She has to be a caregiver, and 70% of the agriculture work is dependent on it. And also, she nurtures the family and takes care of animal husbandry close to the family. So, most of the livestock is dependent on the hard work of the woman. In this case, the rural woman is worst placed compared to an urban woman. So, let us try to understand certain statistical points to understand the status of the rural woman. The 5% of national income today is coming from the livestock sector. Remember, agriculture is in losses. The growth in agriculture is very slow, but the livestock sector is in profits. Most of the farmers earn their incomes from animal husbandry rather than from agriculture. And livestock forms the 28% of the agricultural income. Now let us see the women and their participation in this industry. 72% of women workers in rural areas, they are involved with agriculture and animal husbandry activities. Second, 5.4 million women members, they are in the form of dairy cooperatives. So it means close to 54 lakh women, they are part of dairy cooperatives. Next is, what are the issues which are being faced by the women? These are not just the issues of the women who are involved with the dairy sector. These are the issues normally with every woman. Let us take finance to the woman. Any finance needs collateral in India. As women do not have productive assets in their name, most of the rural women, so they do not get access to the finance. And second is National Livestock Policy 2013 emphasizes on empowerment of women. National Livestock Policy 2013. But National Livestock Mission, which has come up next year, it did not emphasize the women or did not give due importance for the women in its action plan. So there is a gap between the livestock policy and livestock mission. And next, how many women are involved with this? There is no proper data. There is no gender aggregated data with regard to this. And also extensions of service or extension services are not reachable to women. Majorly, these extension services are available at designated places and not available to the convenience of the women. So, women are unable to use the extension services provided by the government. And as I said to you, no access to the loan as they do not have productive assets. The technological knowledge or technical know-how related to breeding, diseases of this cattle, etc. are not known to women. And finally, man dominate every aspect of women's life. Though women cooperatives exist, still the administrative holding and control is in the hand of their husbands. So these are the points which we need to understand with regard to the women in general and women in particular to the livestock sector. The next is no time for placebo. This is about Maiden Pharmaceuticals. It has manufactured a cough syrup. It has led to the death of 66 children in Gambia. Remember, it has brought a great disrepute to the pharmaceutical industry in India itself. So, the pharmaceutical exports are expected to decrease and it has become a big international issue as WHO has announced it. So, what has to be done? In India, majority of the times, the promoter of the exports and regulator are connected in one single organization. So these have to be separated. There is a clear conflict of interest between the promoter of the business and also the regulator of the business. If you take the drug sector, Central Drug Standards Control Organization is under the Ministry of Health. Now, this is not an independent organization from the Ministry of Health. So, the important need is we need to ensure independence and autonomy for this office. If you take the Food and Drug Administration in the United States of America, it enjoys enough autonomy. And second is, in manufacturing sector, good manufacturing practices are critical to maintain the standards. Any organization which is not following the good manufacturing practices or deviating from that has to be taken very seriously. There is an act called Drugs and Cosmetics Act. The act has got lot of stringent provisions. The biggest problem is lack of enforceability to these laws. The next is smash hit. So let's take around the sun, two asteroids are revolving. Now, if this asteroid's direction has to be changed, is it possible? So this is what exactly happened in the NASA's DART project. DART means double asteroid redirection test. So in this case, there are two asteroids. One asteroid name is Dimorphos, the other asteroid is Didymos. So Dimorphos was revolving around the Didymos and Dimorphos direction was changed a bit. Why it is important? When an asteroid hits the earth, it causes a huge damage. So now it is technically possible to change its direction. That's why this is important. This can be used or this can be a question for prelims to you. So NASA DART project is related to what? So remember, it is related to redirection of an asteroid. So these are the articles for today. Thank you very much. Have a great day.